You're all familiar with the name Wettermark, Keith, and this morning we have the honor and pleasure of Mr. James Wettermark himself joining us in the studio to talk a little bit about back-to-school safety. Good morning, and thanks for joining us.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having me here.
All right, so welcome to Chattanooga. I know it's a short visit, but welcome.
Oh, well, thank you. I'm spending a lot of time here in Chattanooga. In fact, my wife sometimes accuses me of maybe having a girlfriend up here. I'm spending so much time.
Well, well, you're here on business. We have proof of that,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
All right, so it's that time of year. Everyone's heading back to school, and that means our traffic patterns and our driving behaviors are going to change a little bit. Talk to me about any advice you may have about families heading back to school.
Well, you know, the first day of school, the first weeks of school are very, very exciting times for our children and for the parents. And it's so important that when people are close to the school zones that they exercise extra caution. Just because of all those factors that make everybody excited, it's more likely that someone will run out into the street or something bad will happen.
Right, and I know personally on my commute into work, I pass by Howard High School and there's a school zone there.
Right.
So in the summer months, it's a normal speed zone and I get so used to that. So when school started back in session, it caught me off guard. And I'm still adjusting to the fact that that speed dramatically reduces.
Yeah. And it's something we all need to be aware of. The school zones are very important, but equally important are the school buses. You know, people have to get back on their guard, if you would, to look out for the school buses and be prepared to stop and look out for the little sign that says stop and don't go around the school buses, because if you do, you're inviting a tragedy.
And we also need to make sure that we're not just paying attention to the school zones, but neighborhoods are going to change a little bit as well.
That's right. And you know, it's just an exciting time of year for our children, for the parents, and we need to temper that excitement with the cold reality that we are dealing with our most precious subjects, our children. And so we really need to have a heightened awareness and be extra careful when we're driving our vehicles in these areas.
So something that's really exciting for the more high school students that maybe they just got their license over the summer or at the end of last semester, you know, they've got their own vehicle and they're driving themselves to school for the first time. That's a great thing, but it can also be a little scary. Oh
my, listen, you're getting close to home. I have a 16-year-old daughter, so I'm going through the new driver in the family episode in our career, if you would. But yeah, it is. We need to try to impress and imbue in our children the need that they have to be extra careful as they exercise this new skill, this new right of theirs to drive. But they have to keep in mind that they've entered a new phase of their lives where they have responsibilities, and they're going to be responsible for looking out for the safety of others.
Do you have any advice for those new drivers, your daughter included, and also advice for maybe, you know, those of us who have been driving for a while on how to share the road?
Well, advice number one, stay off your cell phone.
Absolutely.
You know, the phones have become one of the most common reasons that people get in accidents. And so that's the most important thing, is to stay off your cell phone, treat driving as a responsibility that it is, and pay attention to what you're doing.
That's the most important. And, you know, my parents always told me when I got in the vehicle and I had friends is it's fun to drive your friends around, but still keep the radio down, pay attention to the road, and let the conversation happen, you know, kind of without you, and catch up when you get to your destination.
Yeah, I mean, it's distractions. Distractions are a major cause of accidents, and what's more distracting for a teenager than have a whole car full of other teenagers.
Right.
You know, that's why some states have put limits on how many children can be in a car when you're a 16-year-old driver, and I can't say that's a bad idea.
Absolutely. No, I agree as well. You know, you wouldn't think about it, but it does cause a distraction.
Sure.
They want to see what's happening in the back seat or get that word in. Now, switching gears a little bit from back to school, we're going to give you congratulations. You just opened a new office or moved to a new office here in Chattanooga.
We did. We've moved to Fraser Street. We're so excited about it. Our firm has just been growing by leaps and bounds here in Chattanooga, and it's just a big thrill for us to move into a new large office.
Well, when you first expanded into Chattanooga, I know you mentioned your home office is in Birmingham and throughout Alabama. Did you ever imagine you would grow at this rate?
Well, we didn't, but I guess in retrospect, I should have anticipated. I've been practicing law in Tennessee for 26 years, and so over the years, what's happened is when you have happy clients, they tell their friends, their family, their neighbors, and so what happened here in Chattanooga, we started getting more and more people calling us to represent them, and finally we said, well, you know what, let's go. And so we've been here for 5 years now, but our practice is growing, and we just love Chattanooga. We love the people of Chattanooga.
All right, so tell me, you mentioned you're on Fraser Street now, so what's the best way for someone to get in touch with you and learn a little bit more about what you're able to do for them?
Oh, well, you know, you can call our phone number, and if you pay attention to television, you'll see our phone number everywhere.
Absolutely.
But call our phone number. It's 342-2600, or you can go online and get us at wkfirm.com. We're there. We answer our phones 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
And online's always 28 hours a day, right?
There you go, absolutely.
It's always there when we need it. Well, again, welcome to Chattanooga. Hope you enjoy your visit, and thanks for joining us this morning.
Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
All right, my pleasure as well. Stick around. We'll be right back on Let's Chat.